Good morning. This is William Robinson of ViralHair.com. We're talking to Mr. Vic Mignogna, voice actor, done all kinds of stuff you may or may not recognize, but he's here with us at Pop Culture Con. How you doing this morning, sir?
Fantastic. Always a pleasure to be around good people, meet new people. Love it.
Yeah, I saw last year, and just your tour schedule. I was looking at already. You're staying quite busy with the cons this
I'm
past
doing
couple of
my
years.
best. I'm doing my best. It's it's never failed to humble me.
Right,
That to be fair,
right,
you know, so many people do so many things, and oh, that was cool, and then people move on.
right,
So the fact that I have had the privilege to be a part of anything that still holds up, so to speak, that people still are discovering anew
right.
and falling in love with, whether it's voice work or a video game or Star Trek continues, whatever it is, it never ceases. I never cease to thank God for those privileges and those blessings because that's what they are.
Now, speaking of Star Trek continues, they've been doing a lot of going back to like the Captain Pike days and stuff in Star Trek here recently. Um, does it kind of tickle you a little bit to see this coming out after you've kind of run that course yourself in a way?
Well,
I mean, in a good way, you know.
I haven't followed a lot of the new shows.
Right.
I kind of get reports from people,
Yeah.
so I kind of feel like I've seen them even though I haven't seen them. But I'll say this: I appreciate anything that brings new fans to Star Trek. Now, for me, it's all about the original series.
Right.
Based on my age and when I fell in love with Star Trek, the original Star Trek series from the '60s is my jam. However, your jam could be Next Gen. Your jam could be Voyager,
Right.
Space Nine, Enterprise, Discovery, Strange New Worlds, whatever, and it's fine. My hope is that maybe somebody be like, "Hey, this is a really cool Star Trek movie. Wasn't there a show back in the '60s that started all this?" My hope is that ultimately
Come
they'll
back to the
all
original
get
series.
back to the origin of what made Star Trek Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for your part of it to kind of keep it going.
My pleasure, truly.
Now, the primary work we do anime is voice work, but have you worked on any of the track stuff or producing stuff yourself also, or was it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I produced a lot of stuff, a lot of music, especially. I've got 7 original CDs
Right.
of original music, and produced for other people. And I produced a couple of projects. I just got done acting in a horror film.
Really?
It's it's awesome. It's called Her Monster, and we shot in Phoenix. And
Okay.
I just saw the first cut of it several days ago. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Now, doing horror, is that going to be different from what you normally do,
Well,
or voice wise? Did you even kind of touch into that when you did that
well,
the voice
you know
work?
what? Acting is acting.
Right.
Although, depending on what kind of acting you're doing, you use different skills, right? There are different tools. If you're on stage, you have a different set of tools that you use to communicate your character.
Exactly.
But if you're voice acting, you have a completely different set of tools that you're
Right.
using that don't work on stage or on camera. So it's all acting, but it's just utilizing different tools.
Right. And going along those lines, I mean, I get what you're saying, but being a voice actor, does that ever give you a little bit of an edge in some ways because you kind of know what the sound guys might be looking for, the way you're projecting or enunciating in a way when you're doing an actual film
I
or
don't know if
stage
I
thing?
would say it gives you an edge. I would say that are really good on camera actors, but they're not good voice actors
Right.
because so much of their communication as an actor is visual.
Right.
There are some voice actors that are really great vocally in front of a microphone, but on camera is not the same.
Right.
So again, they're different skills, and just because you're good at one doesn't mean you'll be good at another.
Right.
Um, I would say that if a voice actor does an on-camera role and they need to do ADR, He's going to have a leg up on that one. But but apart from that, they're just different sets of skills.
Right. And I mentioned music earlier, and we talked before about the way uh, contemporary Christian music, the way it's going here lately. Now, me myself, I love prog rock and that kind of stuff, and it seems like there's now a uprising of a little bit of new metal, but there's still the words are very much like Petra or what you did in the 80s, 90s, that kind of seriousness. But in a belief, it's a whole new type of music. I mean,
I'm not familiar with it. I'll be honest with
it's
you. And you know what? I'm going to say something very controversial. Ready?
yes,
I grew up in a church that sang hymns, like hymns from the hymn book.
yeah,
How great thou art,
right,
amazing grace.
right,
I mean the classics. It is well with my soul.
right.
And as I have gotten older,
Mm-hmm.
I went through an arc. I grew up with the hymns, and then contemporary Christian music.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is so cool. It sounds
Right.
like music I like, but it's Christian words. And now I've come full circle. As you get older, you come to really appreciate the depth
I can understand that.
of the theology,
Yeah.
and the incredible weightiness of the lyrics. So one thing that I love doing is I love taking old hymns and reworking them musically. Maybe doing a contemporary chord progression to them, something like that.
Right.
Hey, good morning, good morning.
What is this handsome man talking about?
Look at
Oh
this.
dear.
What is he talking
I
about?
only came to pop culture.
We've had a Mr. Ross invasion.
Did you see that guy look great? Did you see that outfit?
I did.
Dang, styling. But yes, so as far as contemporary Christian music is concerned, the purpose of music, the purpose of Christian music and music in general, I believe, but of music, is to glorify God.
Right.
Because God created music.
Right.
He created us with the ability to create music. And especially when you call it religious music or church music or sacred music, I believe it takes on a whole new responsibility.
Indeed.
To worship God and elevate His name.
Right.
So, if anything overpowers that, it's taking away from the purpose.
Right. And I can definitely agree with that, finding a balance in those things.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, what future projects do you have going on that you can talk about or can't talk about or can give us?
Well, I just finished an audiobook. I've been doing ever since COVID hit, and a lot of the studios shut down. I started doing audiobooks because from your house, right? I mean, throw on a rope, make a cup of coffee, and record a couple of chapters, right? And you get to play all the characters. It's really fun.
Right.
So I've done 7 or 8 audiobooks now. I just finished the 3rd one in a series. Really, really great series. The Crimson Spark was the first book. The Opal Embers was the second book. The Cerulean Flare was the one I just finished. And he's writing another one. Great, great fantasy series.
Right.
I just finished this film that I mentioned,
right.
Monster. Working on several pieces of music. I have a wife now that inspires me to write songs, so I do
That's
that. And traveling to events and meeting wonderful people and getting the chance to look them in the eyes and say thank you for enjoying my work.
Oh, thank you for your time, sir.
My pleasure. God bless.